right, these are for rational expressions. Hopefully you are here to get help on the quiz. And we've got a little bit of everything for you. For these here, I do not have any common factors. So I am going to simply, I'm going to do this on this paper. I am going to, this is the difference of two squares. So we have square root, square root, square root, square root, difference of sign. So look here. This is 9x squared, and when I multiply it, that is negative 25. This is 15x, negative 15x plus 15x, which cancels out. So that's why it works. I see common stuff here. What, 12? I think 12 would be the biggest thing. We're left with what? 3x minus 5. Ooh, that's handy. Love it. And then I'm hopefully not going to make you guys go super crazy, but this here, I want to factor and move at the same time. So I know I'm going to move it up, and I'm just going to factor it while I'm doing it. And then this one here, I know I'm going to move down, and so I'm going to factor it while I am doing it. So here, so I know, I'm assuming that you need practice on it, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the long way instead of just doing it my fast way, because I've done it a million times. Diamond problem would be negative 30, because it's that times that, minus 1, which would be negative 6 and 5. So you rewrite the middle term. So I didn't use diamond and done, because this isn't a 1. So you have to do the second step there. Because otherwise, if you write x plus 5 times x minus 6, 5 times 6 isn't 10, and x times x isn't 3x squared, so it doesn't work out that way. So now I factor by grouping 3x, which gives me x minus 2, and 5, which gives me x minus 2. That's good. These need to be the same. They are. And so that and that are the two factors. So x minus 2, yay, and 3x plus 5, yay, and 3 over 12 reduces to 1/4. So that went from something insane to like super fast and easy. So let's do our multiplication down here, because that would be kind of our next easiest one to do. And for these here, let's see, I can reduce these guys here, which gives me, I'm going to take off those 2, so 9 and 10. I am going to continue with that. This would be what? 5 goes into both of those. That would be a 2 and a 3. And then 9 goes in both of those. So right now I have a 3 on the top and a 2 on the bottom. So all my numbers are gone. So here I have x split to the 12th and x to the 2nd. So that's a total of x to the 14th up there. And then down here I have x cubed. And for the y's, I have y to the 9th, and then I have y to the 6th. So now I can reduce more. So if I have 14 on top and 3 on the bottom, all of those are going to go away, and that's going to just leave me with 11 more. And if I have 6 on the bottom and 9 on the top, 6 of them are going to go away and leave with me with 3. So I have no x's and y's on the bottom, but I do have an x 11th on the top, and a y cubed on the top, and a 3 on the top, and a 2 on the bottom. Okay, so now we want to look at the add and subtract stuff. So we'll do the addition first. So I need to get a common denominator. So what, x plus 6, x minus 3? Yay. That means I already have an x minus 3, which means I need an x plus 6. So right now I have 3 plus x plus 6 on the top, and x plus 6, x minus 3 on the bottom. And so my numerator becomes x plus 9, and my denominator stays. And at this point you can leave it like that, or you can multiply back out. Either one is fine. But after you get your common denominator, then you need to actually do your addition problem. Alright, so now we have a bunch of stuff going on here. So I need to do that subtraction problem first. So I'm going to do that by getting a common denominator of x squared. So I have 4x squared minus 9 on the top, and I have x squared on the bottom. And then I am going to get a common denominator here. So this needs to have another x to be x squared, and this needs all of the x squared. So I have 2x squared plus 5x plus 3 on the top, and x squared on the bottom. So now I have a fraction over a fraction, which means I can divide them. And remember, division is multiplying by the reciprocal. Which means those go away. And then I do need to factor this to see if I can reduce it. So the top ends up being factored difference of two squares. We recognize that. And the bottom ends up being factored. I know that this is going to be a 2x and that's going to be an x. I know it because there's no other way to make that happen. And I know that the only options here are to either be 3 and 1 or 3 and 1. So I need to add to get 5. So 3 and 1 will make that happen. This will be a 2x plus a 3x, which will be a 5x. If you didn't know that, I'm here, so I might as well help you. You had, what did you have? You had that needed to be factored, so you would have done your diamond. You would have gotten a 6 and a 5, which would have been a 3 and a 2. You would have then rewritten your middle term, and then you would have factored out by grouping, and you would have factored out by grouping, and this is the same, and then you have your leftover stuff here, and that is exactly what I had there. So now I can reduce those, and that would be my final answer. So 2x minus 3 over x plus 1.